Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Asian Psycho, and we are back with another review of my Exploring the Arsenal series playlist. And most of you guys are subscribed to me for reviews and whatnot, so I decided to do a review. I know this has been the first review in a very long time. The last one I did was on the RPK-74M, an X-Rare machine gun. So here we are. We are going to get started on the review on the Max's, the new epic weapon, this time a shotgun, surprisingly, the Max's R870 MCS mod. Once again, this is the latest variant of the R870 or the Remington 870 shotgun family. The last one, as you guys could probably tell, was the R870 MCS mod, which is the only shotgun, besides this one obviously, to have a scope in Combat Arms, and I think it's a very nice touch. And definitely the Max's R870 MCS mod is definitely one of the most overpowered shotguns in this game, definitely worthy of its epic tag. It may just be more powerful than the M4 Super 90. This shotgun right here can give the M4 Super 90 a very big run for its money. But anyways, we'll get into that in just a second. But anyways, this is a review that's a long time in coming. I had wanted to make a review on this, but I didn't have a chance to pick up NX until now, and it did take me quite a few tries to get this. And in this gameplay, you'll also see me fail quite hard with this shotgun, as well as these guys failing right here with me tracker knifing them to death. But yes, you will laugh at certain parts of this video, and I did as well. Surprised, that I laugh at my own mistakes. But anyways, yeah, you will laugh at certain points in this video, because I do indeed suck with shotguns. I'm not the best with them. That's why I don't really like them for Super 90, even though it's probably technically the best shotgun in the game. And the Max's R870 MCS mod is no exception either, but whatever. It's a very, very potent shotgun, arguably the best one, if not on par or second in line with the M4 Super 90. Anyways, let's get started on the Max's R870 MCS mod. So this is only available in the Oscar case right now. There was a sale on it that ran for a week. It's gonna end today because I'm recording this audio commentary on the 23rd, and it's gonna end today. So unfortunately, after this, you're not gonna be able to get the Oscar for 20% off like they promised. But it's still gonna be there for, I think, another month, because they usually do that for each MYST-N case. But anyways, yeah, that's where you can get it. And unfortunately, as of the last update, Nexon has removed the shop tab for whatever reason from their Combat Arms page, their main page. So unfortunately, I don't have any way of getting cold hard statistics on the statistics of the Max's R870 MCS mod. The same reason why I couldn't really give you guys cold hard stats on the Remington M590 or M597, I think, VTR assault rifle when I got that review out, I think like 2 weeks ago or something like that. So I do apologize, but I don't know why Nexon removed the weapons tab. I just don't understand why. It was a very useful kind of source for information. Even if they did get their information, like statistics, incorrect, it was still a very good approximation, and like a really good idea of what these gun statistics are like. But unfortunately, we don't have that anymore. I don't think Combat Arms Wiki is able to get them unless someone can decode the coding in Combat Arms from the files, and can see and see what the statistics are directly from the coding itself. I don't think there's anyone who's going to be able to do that. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to go on along estimates here. So I do apologize. From now on, unless they've been weapons that have been out for a long time and long enough so that the Combat Arms Wiki is able to record their statistics well. For all my reviews will most likely have estimates of in terms of their statistics, at least for new ones. So, and also I do apologize, and some parts of this gameplay you will see lag and stuff like that, because I don't know, my internet's just crappy like that, and I get random lag spikes here and there. But anyway, you guys don't want to talk about that. You're here for the review. So the damage on the Max's R870 MCS, I'll just call it the Max's MCS mod. It's just so that I don't have to, stumble over my words every now and then. The damage on this shotgun is very, very high. if you guys remember back to my, the Remington family of reviews, I did do that very long time ago. It was one of my first ones because the R870 doesn't have a rank requirement, so it was one of the first shotgun families that I ever did on this playlist. In fact, it was the first one, and one of the earliest chapters on it as well. And if you guys have watched those chapters, you remember that the R870 MCS, or not MCS, just MCS, but the entire R870 family isn't considered like a very high damage shotgun. In fact, it's probably more along like, medium damage or lower damage shotguns. And however, and like for the not however, but for the all of the variants except for the original R870, like the normal R870 had a 75 damage, whereas all other shotguns after that, or all its other variants, have 80 damage. I want to say that the Max's R870 MCS mod has easily 90 damage or higher. It's very strong. In fact, I kind of want to say that it's as powerful as the M590 CQB and the CQB Mariners, or Mariners, whatever you want to call it. As you guys probably know, I did those reviews, on those shotguns as well, and the M590 CQB and the M590 CQB Mariners are the two highest damaging, or the two shotguns with the highest damage in Combat Arms. Well, they both have the same damage rating anyway, but the Max's R870 MCS is extremely strong. Once again, I really want to know the cold hard statistic on it, but Nexon, took out the clan page, not the clan page, but the shop page, so I don't have any way of, tracking that down. However, I would estimate that it could be easily at least 85, if not 90, as strong as the original M590 CQB and the M590 CQB Mariners. There's no reason why the Maxes should not be as strong as those two, because honestly, this shotgun is extremely powerful. It's very strong, and you shouldn't, at shotgun range, you should not require more than two shells to take anyone out, even heavy vesters. This shotgun is serious business, and on damage, it does not disappoint at all. It will take anyone down within shotgun range in 2 shots or less. So there you have it. Portability wise, here's one of those moments where I absolutely fail. I don't know if the audio will pick up on that, but I do kind of fail in taking those two guys out. But anyways, the portability on the M590s, or what the hell am I saying? The Max's MCS mod is, it's pretty similar to all the other R870 variants. I didn't really, epic fail right there as well. I didn't really feel any change in portability as well, so if you guys are wondering about the portability, if it's changed at all, you don't really need to worry about it. I mean, it is a shotgun anyway, so it's somewhat portable, but it's definitely not really that portable, because the Remington 870 family wasn't necessarily known as, like, the more lightweight shotgun family, lightweight of shotguns. So portability, you don't really have to worry about it too much, but just keep in mind that it's not really too fast. It's just like the other Remington 870 variants. Moving on to the what's next here, the rate of fire. The rate of fire on the R870 MCS mod is the fastest for any pump action shotgun. The fastest semi-automatic or pump action shotgun that wasn't full auto used to be the Remington 1187P, which coincidentally happens to be another Remington variant. And I also did a review on that as well, and I had said before that that was the fastest firing shotgun up till now. Well, the Max's R870 MCS mod just topped it. It has literally nearly doubled the rate of fire as the original R870 MCS. So that kind of gives you an idea of just how powerful and just how insanely crazy this Max's R870 MCS mod is. You've got this power of an M4 Super 90, the spread of the original R870 shotgun, which is actually pretty standard for shotguns, and the M4 Super 90 spread is pretty large to, whenever you're standing around, so it's not really ideal. And you've got the extremely fast fire rate for a pump action shotgun of the R870 MCS. Package those all together, and this is what you have. The Max's R870 MCS mod is extremely dangerous. This rate of fire is, and it's on top of that, like I just mentioned before, the rate of fire is nearly doubled from the R870 MCS. I'm pretty sure I'm exaggerating there, but it's much faster. It's insane how fast you can fire this shotgun. This might be the fastest firing shotgun of any shotgun in Combat Arms, even faster than most other automatic shotguns. It's just that fast. That means that, you kind of need to be fast on the trigger finger there, and make sure you keep your aim true, but if you can do those things, then no one's gonna stand in your way at close quarters. This shotgun will just decimate everyone, and you can be sure of that as well. The accuracy, you don't really need to worry about it too much because I mean it is a shotgun, but I do kind of discuss the accuracy of shotguns a little bit. If you guys are new to my shotgun reviews, if you will, what I mean by accuracy on shotguns is how the bullets, behave in their spread. I mentioned before that the M590's family of shotguns, their bullet spread or their bullet accuracy, quote unquote, kind of dictates that the bullets kind of go out towards the outer ring of your hipfire spread on your screen. And I mentioned before that the R870 MCS, or not the MC, just the MCS, but the entire R870 shotgun family, the bullets seem to center towards the middle a little bit. That's why they're so good at middle range, or in my personal opinion anyway. That's why they're pretty good for middle range, because their bullet spreads or the bullet patterns typically center towards the middle of your hipfire spread, so that's why I really like them for middle range. But for the Max's R870 MCS mod, I feel it's a little bit different. The bullet pattern behaves a little bit differently. I mean, it kind of resembles its predecessors by having like a bullet spread that kind of dictates the bullets, or individual pellets, I should say, to kind of be technical here, towards the middle of your hipfire, of the Max's hipfire spread. However, it seems to be spreading out a little bit to the outer ring of your hipfire spread. More accurately, I should say that it's a little bit more random. I don't know if you guys can understand what I mean by that, but the bullet spread, just for the record, it just seems a little bit unpredictable. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the weird accuracy on it, or maybe it's because it's got a really fast fire rate, and it's just Nexon's way of counterbalancing these things altogether. But I just feel like the bullet spread is a little bit more wacky. It's not as predictable. So do be careful of that especially when you're shooting at middle range. But middle range. But there's a reason why you don't really need to worry about that, and you can just you can afford to just spray and pray with the Max's R870 MCS mod, and we'll get to that right in a second. Moving on to the, let's see here, what's next? The recoil. The recoil is minimal. The R870 shotguns were pump-action shotguns to begin with, and most pump-action shotguns recoils are negligible, because the animation of your pump per shot, negates the recoil, so you don't really have to worry about it too much, like the recoil, throwing off your aim or whatnot. This surprisingly holds true for the Max's R870 MCS mod. You would think that with its insane rate of fire, the recoil would get kind of out of hand, However, the recoil kickback, I should say, is insignificant at all. You do not need to worry about the recoil, throwing off your aim because you're firing too fast or whatever. This shotgun is definitely suited for rushers, and if you don't rush with this shotgun, well, I won't understand why you don't rush with the shotgun anyway. But yeah, this shotgun is especially tailored towards running and gunning. Every indication of this gun just points towards that, especially the recoil kickback. The recoil kickback is absolutely minimal, and I mean, at most you'll feel like maybe a little bit of a jerk upwards, but it's instantly negated because of just how fast the center speed is on the Max's R870 MCS mod. Like, you can't even tell that there's any recoil kickback on this video that you're watching right now. Hopefully, I mean that's what I can't see. I mean, I know my preview screen is a little bit small, but hopefully you guys don't really pick up on any recoil kickback that the Max's R870 MCS mod picks up at all, so whatever. To me anyway, the recoil is completely insignificant. Moving on to the recoil controllability. So this kind of branches off of my discussion about recoil kickback. The recoil kickback, because it's so insignificant, the recoil controllability on the Max's R870 MCS mod is extremely easy, and all you need to do is just control your aim, make it true, and make sure all your shells hit, and you should be good to go. That variability. Well, shotguns don't really have a long-range capability, because just like in Call of Duty, shotguns and combat arms, the pellets in the shotguns do, expire, if you will, after a certain range, so that renders them completely useless at long range. So that variability we can just throw out the window. Moving on to the sprint drawback. did I just say strip? The sprint drawback on the R870 MCS mod is exactly identical to the R870 MCS and the MCS mod for that matter. In fact, mechanically speaking and performance-wise, like the reload animation, the draw speed, the redraw, and everything trivial about the appearances of the R870 MCS on your HUD, they're all identical to the original and extended variant of the R870, the R870 MCS, and also the MCS mod, because they're all, identical in terms of mechanics and how they, work in your hands. That's what she said. In Combat Arms. And so you don't really need to worry about that too much. However, I feel like the draw speed is much faster on the Max's R870 MCS. That's just my honest opinion. And it's been some time since I've last used the R870 MCS. I do have a few of those lying around my inbox as well, so I could activate them and compare them to see if my words are true. But I'm pretty sure the Max's R870 MCS mod has a much faster draw speed, even like almost a doubly sped up draw speed than the original R870 MCS. The center speed on the R870 MCS mod, or the Max's R870 MCS mod, like I mentioned before, is just too fast for you to even count it, or not count, but to notice. Like I mentioned before, because the hipfire spread settles, it basically just snaps back immediately every time you fire. So even though the R870 MCS mod has an extremely fast fire rate, like double that of its nearest competitor, it's still the center speed is just way too fast for any recoil to catch up with. So center speed you don't really have to worry about too much. It'll do the job for you. Moving on to the reload speed. The reload speed, man, the reload speed is a huge improvement that I really welcome into the R870, the family of shotguns. If you guys remember in the R870 and the R870 SE reviews, I complained about those two shotguns because in the fact that their reload speeds were painfully slow. Like you could reload any other shotgun faster than the R870s and the R870 SE. However, the R870 MCS was a little bit different, but it wasn't too different. It was still pretty slow. However, the Maxes is a little bit of, actually a huge difference. It's a much different story. The reload speed on the Max's R870 MCS mod is extremely fast. It probably reloads as fast as a Spaz 12, and the Spaz 12, in my opinion, reloads pretty quick for a shotgun. So especially for like a shotgun where it's like shot like shell fed, like one at a time, especially in terms of that. So reload speed is very fast. On top of that, it's got an enhanced magazine as well. Without any magazine modifications on, the Max's holds 9 shells in the barrel, I should say, because it doesn't really have a magazine, and I think like 36 in reserve. So you got a huge ammo stock there at your disposal, even more so than the Remington's 1187p. And I thought that was the biggest carrying capacity of any shotgun in the game. Well, I just got topped. But anyways. So reload speed is definitely enjoyable there, even though it does have an increased magazine capacity, or not magazine capacity, barrel capacity in terms of shotguns. Moving on to the muzzle noise, or actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Moving on to the fire modes. I mean, the Max's stays true to its origins, to its original, R870 Remington 870 pump action shotgun. It is technically pump action, but it fires faster than every other shotgun in the damn game. So, it's kind of easy to forget that the R870, the Max's MCS mod is indeed a pump action shotgun. You just need to remember that it's a semi-automatic. You need to click for every shot. Moving on to the luck on the R870 MCS or the Max's MCS mod. Now here's where I wanted to get into one of the quirks or the second of the quirks of the Max's R870 MCS mod. Most shotguns in Combat Arms, I will also cover this topic in an in-depth video or episode of Combat Arms later on down the road, but for now you guys can get like a little sneak peek of what I'm about to discuss. Most shotguns in Combat Arms, let's get this clear, fires either they fire in pellets. There's no like slug shotgun in Combat Arms yet. I don't know if Nexon plans to do any of that, but whatever, that's up to them. But anyways, all shotguns in Combat Arms fire like pellets per shell, and most shotguns fire either 7 or 8. I'm thinking 8 because I believe the R870 not the MCS, just the MCS, but the R870 shotgun family, and I think the M590 family of shotguns fire up to 8 pellets per shell. So, and that's pretty standard amongst shotguns in combat arms. You'll usually find that shotguns, fire out 11, not what the fuck, 7 or 8 pellets per shell. If you, fire it at a wall and count the number of dots that you see that are peppered on the wall. The Max is a little bit different. It fires 11 shells, or 11 not shell. Wow, that'd be overpowered. 11 pellets per shell. Now that's crazy because that's nearly a 50% increase in damage. In terms of overall damage in terms of the entire shell. If you add up all the damage per pellet, because each individual pellet, as you guys probably know, deals damage to your enemy. Now this is insignificant because, like I mentioned just now, it deals nearly 50% more damage, and this also explains why the Max's R870 MCS mod just feels so damn powerful. It's because if you take a Max's R870 MCS, fire it MCS mod, fire it at a wall, and count how many dots or pellets that hit the wall, you'll find that it fires 11 pellets instead of the usual 8 from the original R870 and the R870 MCS. That's a huge fucking deal because, like I keep emphasizing, it deals a lot more damage, but also it ties into what I'm trying to discuss here: luck. Because you have more pellets, if you try to aim at the upper body, that means that you have nearly 50% more higher chance to get a random headshot. That's why you'll see me get a lot of freaking lottos in this video gameplay. I know this gameplay has been going on for like 20 minutes now, so I'm pretty sure most of you don't really like long reviews, but hey, I mean, if you don't like long reviews, then go suck it. Anyways, so yeah, the luck on the Max's R870 MCS mod here's my point, is extremely high. Not only because of the fact that it's a shotgun, but it fires more pellets than your usual shotgun. If you aim somewhere near the head, you're pretty much bound to get a headshot sooner or later, because that's nearly 50% more pellets flying in your enemy's direction, and that's nearly 50% of a higher chance that you're gonna get a random headshot, because one of the pellets will just randomly fly towards your enemy's head and hit them and give you a headshot. So the luck is extremely high on this Max's shotgun. Moving on to the ammo capacity, we did cover that. I believe it has 9. I'm definitely sure that it has 9 shells per barrel, or in your barrel, and I believe it comes with 36. I always see that I always have a lot more than 30, or at least more than 30 shells in reserve. So I'm gonna go on a limb here and say it has 36 shells in reserve. If I am wrong, please do correct me, because I do, I'm human and I tend to make mistakes. Moving on to the key physical characteristics. So it looks exactly like the R870 MCS mod. You've got the reflex sight, the red dot reflex sight on the Max's R870 MCS mod. All it is that it has like a sort of like an auburn, reskin of its pump and on its stock, and it's got the logo on the back of the Max Mercenary. It's slapped onto your onto the front end of your buttstock. So that's pretty much the only difference. Gun frame wise, it looks like exactly identical to the R870 MCS mod. Moving on to the muzzle noise, so it sounds exactly the same as the R870 MCS and the R870 MCS mod, so nothing too surprising there. It still sounds badass, but it's not really changed. Attachment options, so with most other shotguns, you can only attach magazine modifications to it, extended magazines, you name it, so whatever. Fireteam worthy, well, I don't really know what to feel about the Max's R870 MCS mod, because usually I don't really say that the Max's shotgun is worth it against zombies, like the Fireteam Cabin Fever and Black Lung. Definitely, for sure, it's pretty good against NPCs, even though I haven't really tried that yet. But I mean, against zombies, I'm starting to see it, because the Max's R870 MCS mod is extremely powerful. It shoots a lot more pellets than other shotguns do, and it's got a huge freaking ammo stock. So I wouldn't be surprised if you want to bring this with you to Cabin Fever or Black Lung. I mean, it could very well save your life, and it could knock down a lot of zombies before you start running out of ammo. So I mean, I'm starting to see that this shotgun could do a little bit of work in Cabin Fever Black Lung. So do indeed check it out and tell me how it's like if you guys have already done so. So yeah, there we go. Quarantine worthy. in my 1187p Remington 1187p review, I had gotten a few comments saying like, oh, what are you talking about, Asian? The 1187p is so good at quarantine. Like, it fires fast, it's got a huge ammo stock, and it fires fast and whatnot. And I was like, really? I guess I should give it a try, but I never really gotten around to giving it a shot yet. But that's the comments I got. And even though I'm not really a big fan of using shotguns in quarantine, I did get a few. The point is, I did get a few people who did say, look, the faster firing shotguns like the 1187p are actually pretty useful for quarantine. So I'm gonna have to trust them on that, because I'm not a very big quarantine player myself. I assume that those people are pros at quarantine, and thus they have the right to say it, because I'm sure if they wouldn't be making that comment, they haven't really tried that themselves. So I try to be a little bit reasonable here, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So I'll treat the Maxes the same as well, because the Maxes is pretty much, it's uber beefed up 1187p. It's everything that 1187p lacked. Like, I mean, the 1187p had very good damage, but the Maxes has extremely good damage. It has over 9,000 times better damage than the 1187p, and and it's got twice as much rate of fire as the 1187p. So it's basically everything you could want of the 1187p, except just better. Everything is made better. So there you go. So I'm gonna have to say that it's pretty worth it for quarantine if you lug it around with you while running away from zombies and free running and all that good stuff. So yeah, there you guys have it. I mean, other people did say that the 1187p is pretty good at quarantine. So I'm gonna have to say, well, if that's the case, then the Max's R870 MCS mod should be also pretty good if you want to think along the same lines. So there you have it. Now, as for my frank personal opinions, the Max's R870 MCS mod, you guys probably have heard these before in the beginning of this video, 25 minutes ago, but the Max's shotgun, the MCS mod is, yeah, it's up there. It's arguably the best shotgun in the game. I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that. I know I'm gonna piss some M4 Super 90s fanboys off, but I'm going to have to go out on a limb here and say it's the best shotgun in the game because of a few reasons. One, it fires more pellets than your average shotgun, and I have yet to test other shotguns and how many pellets other shotguns fire. I'm pretty sure the M4 Super 90 fires more pellets per shot than other shotguns, because I mean it is extremely powerful itself. There's no denying that. There's no getting around that. However, the 1187, or not 1187, what am I talking about? The Max's MCS mod is what I'm definitely sure about. I've actually tested this myself before, using it, going around and using it on people. It does indeed fire 11 pellets per shell, and once again, I will have to do some testing on other shotguns to see how many pellets those shotguns use, or fire rather, not use, but fire, and see if there's a correlation between the two. I'm sure there is, but that's for me to find out myself. But also it's got, I don't know. I was about to mention the fact that it has a scope, but I mentioned in the R870 MCS mod review that the scope is completely insignificant. You do not need to give a shit about it at all. It does not change your, it doesn't change your recoil spread. It doesn't change your bullet pattern. It doesn't change anything except for the fact that you can aim down sights with the shotgun, which I don't really find very useful in Combat Arms, because if the bullets don't really change, then what's the point of using the scope? I mean, most of us use scopes because we want to be more accurate, but for the R870 MCS mod and the Max's R870 MCS mod, it doesn't really do jack. So why bother using it? It's like not even having a scope there, because I never really bother using the thing. So there you have it. And also because it's got huge ammo stock. Like even the M4 Super 90 only has 7 shells in the barrel, and I think 21 or 28 in reserve. I think it's 21, and it's got a lower ammo capacity. And the Max's is just badass. It's just the definition of badass. I mean, the M4 Super 90 is just scary. You see someone going around using that thing, it's just freaking scary. However, the Max's is badass. And I think I'll take badass over scary any day of the week. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but that's just my personal opinion, and yours is yours, so there you have it. I don't know, it's just a personal thing. And also, I'm not really too huge a fan of the M4 Super 90, so if you will please forgive me on that. So I've been scarred a little bit too many times by people shotgun pros going around with the M4 Super 90 owning raping face up. So if you forgive me on that. But anyways, that's just my frank personal opinions. The Max is anyway very indeed worthy of the epic tag, and if you do get it from the Oscar case anytime soon, you better renew this thing, because it's well worth your money. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Final rating will be in the description below. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being patient with me for all these, for the last week. It's been hectic. It's been crazy. People have been yelling at me. Whatever. But I will officially stop it there and just move on with it. No one really gives a damn anymore. So, yeah. Thanks for watching this review. This is a very long review. I don't know if this will, kind of make it up for you guys watching this. But anyways, that's the whole point of this video. I can't speak. This video, bringing you guys more reviews, and yes, the next review on the heartbeat sensor, on the heartbeat detector, will be coming up soon. I am working on that at the moment. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. My name is Agent Psycho, aka Total Sniper 98, and I will see you guys later. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and and for those of you guys who don't really know what that means, whenever I say that, it basically means take it easy. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys later.